Hello, this is Dr. Dana Rendon, and today our lessons will be Excel Module 3, Project 1B, and we're going to work on large worksheets, charting, and what if analysis. The worksheet or the report we're going to work on is Sales Dart, and you are seeing it on my desktop. The first step is to rename my file and just change the underscore 2 to underscore 1 to underscore 2. So my file name will be sc underscore ex365 underscore 2021 underscore 3b underscore Donarendon underscore 2. So just click save and I should be ready to work on this file. Now, the instruction is here. So it's called Sales Dart Services. And the project step 1, we're going to go to the report worksheet and rename the report worksheet to Sales Report, which is a more accurate name. So the worksheet right now is named Report, and I'll just double click that and rename it to Sales Report with S. Okay, and click outside. So that's the step 1. So step 2 is to unfreeze the panes to scroll the worksheet without keeping the top and left panes displayed. Okay, so to unfreeze, you're just going to select the View tab, and then go to Freeze drop-down menu and select Unfreeze. Go back to the instruction. Next step, step 3, is middle align the contents of the merged cell A2 to improve the appearance of the sales report subtitle. So go to A2. So I'm just going to make sure that I am going to select the correct cell, A2. There is sales report right now is, I think it's this one here is bottom align, but we need this to be middle align. Okay, so that's it. Going back to the instruction, we need okay, cell A2 here. Um, so step 4, in cell K2, we're going to insert a formula that uses the now function to display today's date. Going back to the start file. So it says cell K2, which is here. I can tell I'm on cell A2 because the name box here shows K2. To insert a formula, select the formulas tab, select the date and time, and select now from the drop down menu and select OK. So that's today's date. Back to the instruction. So now moving down to step 5, fill the range C5 to G9 with the formatting from this range B5 to B9 to use a consistent number format for the sales data. Back to the start file. So double check this range C5 to G9 G9 should have the consistent formatting like the B5 to B9. So as you can see, the dollar sign is missing in here. Okay, so I'm going to select, you can also do enter B5 to B9 here. B9. Press enter. Okay, so select home, or you can also highlight. Okay, so like say here, using your mouse, you can highlight or select format painter, and then select C5 to G9, release. Okay, so now they have all the same formatting as similar to B5 to B9. So the next step is 6. Amir wants to show the sales trend for each service category and month from July to December. Provide this information as follows. In cell H5, insert a spark line based on the data in the range B5 to G5. So let's do that first. So here is the trend column. Let's see. So that's H5. I'm going to insert a spark line. So select H5, select insert tab, and then under spark line, go to the middle of the ribbons and you will see the spark lines group. And then from here, select the line, and then your data range should be from B5 to G5. So select that, or you can type B5 to G5 under data range. And then my location range is still is already filled up. Select OK. Next is we're done with 6A. 6B is use the fill handle to fill the range H6 to H9 without formatting based on the content of cell H5. Okay, and then let's do C afterwards. So from here, you're going to use the fill handle. So this cross, it's called the fill handle. So just drag it down all the way to H9. I believe it's all the way to H9. And then you see this little icon, the autofill options. Select the drop down menu and select fill without formatting. As you can see, the format should be the same. See here? Otherwise, if you just fill, you use the fill, it's not going to work. Okay, so let's go back to the instruction and then change the color of the spark lines H5 to H9 to brown accent 5 from the theme colors palette. Okay, so it should be 9 column first row. Might as well do the 6D, show the high point and low point in the spark lines to make those values easy to identify. Going back to the start file, try to select the range H5 to H9 and then select the spark lines. We need to change the colors to the brown. So I'm going to count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And first column should be the brown accent 5. I mean, 9th column, first row. Select it once. And then this time I'm going to show the high point and the low point. So click the box before the high point and then click the box before the low point. As you can see, it identifies the low point and the high point. So that's all for doing the spark lines. Going back to the instruction, Step 7 is copy the formula in cell I5 and paste it in the range I6 to I9, pasting only the formula and number formatting to include sales totals. Okay, so go back to the start file and then go to cell I5. So this is the I5. You see I5 here in the name range. Okay. So from here, you're going to select copy and then select I6 to I9. And then from the paste drop down menu, just select the formula. This is how to paste the formula only. Okay. So that's all for the table 1. Go back to the start file, to the instruction, and then scroll up to 8, scroll down to step 8. Amir wants to determine how the sales of each month contributed to the sales or to the total sales. Calculate this information as follows. So in cell B12, insert a formula without using a function that divides the total sales for July, cell B9 by the total sales, cell I9. So the formula here would be equal sign B9 slash I9. Okay. And then use an absolute reference to cell I9 in the formula. I'll show you how to do that. Use the fill handle to fill the range C12 to G12 with the formula in cell B12. So let's do that. We're going back to the start file. Okay. So watch out for this one. So select cell B12. I can type B12 here in the names range. So here is the B12. Okay. So the formula, it says without using a function. So that means we're just writing the formula. So click equal sign. And the formula would be divides the total sales for July cell B9 divided by the total sales I9. So I9 is this here. Okay, so then it says the absolute reference, we have to put the absolute reference here. So you can type $ in between or click the I9 and press F4 on your keyboard. Okay, so the formula should be equal sign B9 slash $I $9. Okay, so or you can just press F4 when you have that I9. Okay, there you go. It should be 15%. And then it says use the fill handle to fill the range C12 to G12. So I'm just going to use the fill handle and drag that formula all the way to the right until G12 or December data. Okay, so that should be correct. 15%, 17, 16, 17, 17, and 18. Okay, so again, the formula would be equal sign B9 slash $I $9. So the $ signifies the absolute cell. Okay. Back to the instructions. So we're done with step 8. So step 9, Amir also needs to calculate the commissions paid each month. If the company earns $275,000 or more in a month, the commission is 26% of the sales. If the company earns less than $275,000 in a month, the commission is 17% of the sales. Calculate the commissions as follows. So in cell B16, enter a formula that uses the if function and test whether the total sales for July, cell B9, is greater than or equal to 275. And then the condition, if true, you multiply the total sales for July, which is cell B9, by 26% or 0.26. And then if the condition is false, multiply the total sales for July, cell B9, by 0.17 or 17%. And then use the fill handle to fill the range C16 to G16 with the formula in cell B16. Okay, so going back to the start file. First, we're going to select, okay, so I believe it's B16. So B16, where's B16? So here's the B16. See here, B16. Okay, and we're going to select the formulas. um, Formula, and then so the if function should be in, could be in the logical. Yes, it's in the logical tab under formulas. Select the logical drop down menu and go down the list and select if. So the logical test is whether the total sales for July for cell B9 is greater than or equal to 275. So going to select B9, total sales, B9 is greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to sign 275. Okay. So if B9 is greater than or equal to 275, the value of it should be 26% times this one here, times 0.26 equals B9 times 0.17, okay, or 17%. So this is the amount, 43,255.24. And then use the fill handle and drag the formula all the way down to December. Okay. And then, so that's it. I'm just checking if the formula is, if the value is correct. And it is. The next one is change the spark lines for step 10. Change the spark lines for in range H16 to 17 from column to line. Okay, so select that one first. Okay. So this one here, highlight H16 to H17, select spark line and select line. I think we need to change it to line, yes. Okay, go back to the instruction, then 10B, apply the spark line style, dark red, sparkline style, accent one darker 50%, to make the sparklines easier to see. So we are going to look for the sparkline style, which is the first row, first column. Okay, go back to the start file. So still in the sparkline. So this is the style this time, not the color. So click the more button to open the gallery, and it says it should be the first row, first column. So let's see. So dark red, sparkline style, accent 1, darker 50%. It's correct. That's what I need. Click it once. Okay. And then what's next? Um, that's it for step 10. So step 11, Amir would like to increase the average number of clients served per month because retail merchandising has the lowest sales. Amir wants to know how many retail merchandising clients he needs to reach the goal of 35 clients served per month. So this time we're going to use the goal seek to set the average number of clients for all services, which is cell I-26, to the value of 35 by changing the average number of retail merchandising clients, which is cell I-23. So let's do that. Go back to the start file, and this is what I need here. So this here. So, okay. So it says we're using the goal seek. Select, this time we're going to select the data tab. No, that's the draw, data tab. So data tab, and then go to the right of the ribbons. You'll see the what if analysis drop down menu. Select it and select goal seek from the drop down menu. And then set the cell I-20, actually I-26, right? So set the cell I-26 to the value of 35. So select I-26, type 35 under to value, and then by changing the cell I-23, and then select OK and let it run. Once you find the value, which should be 56, and the total average here is 35, select OK. Okay. So that means, let me go back here. So that means this retail merchandising needs to have an average clients of 58 in order to get an average total clients for all the service category. Go back to step 12. We're going to format the text in cell J21 to clarify what it refers to as follows. Merge and center the range J21 to J26. Rotate the text down in the merge cell and then change the width of color J to 7. Go back to the start file. This is the J22. Okay, merge the center. No, actually J21. So I need to select J21 to J26 and then merge the cell. So from the Home tab under Alignment, select the Merge in Center, drop-down menu, select Merge in Center, and then still under Alignment, you'll see the Rotate, which I believe is this orientation tab. Select the orientation tab and rotate the text down. Rotate text down. Select the rotate text down. There you go. And then we're going to select the column J and then reduce the column width to 7 from 13.25 inches. Enter 7 and enter. Okay. The next one is delete row 32 to keep the estimated commissions information together. Go back. So we're going to delete row 32. So scroll down so you can see the row 32. Select row 32, right click and select delete. Okay. Go back to the start file and scroll down so you can see 14. Step 14. I think, no, actually, delete 14. Let me see. Get it. So actually, step 14. Yes, step 14. Would that be the last one? So there's still step 16 actually. Step 14. Let me pause for a minute. So I believe this is the last one. Amir also wants to compare the estimated sales of January and June of next year. We're going to insert a chart that provides this information. So create a clustered column chart based on the non-adjacent ranges A21 to B25 and G21 to G25. Going to enter estimated sales January and June as the chart title. Resize and reposition the chart so that its upper left corner is in cell A33 and its lower right corner is in cell E45, and then change the chart layout to layout 5 to display a data table with the chart. And then let's see the final figure. Okay, so the chart should look like this here. Okay, so as you can see, it says it looks like it's A33. What is the corner supposed to be? A33 and E45. So A33 here and E45 should be the bottom right corner. Yes, okay. So let's go back to our start file. We're going to create a clustered column chart. So, but we first select A21 to be A21 to B25 here. Then press your control key on your keyboard and then highlight G21 to G25, which is the June column. And then select insert, select recommended chart, and then select all charts, and we need the column, right? And look for the clustered column chart. So which is actually the first choice here, which is already there. So clustered column, select OK. And then just change the chart title to enter estimated, the spelling is estimated sales column space January and June. Okay, click outside and then move it down to A33, which is this here, which is just right at the bottom of that net commissions. So A33, the upper left corner, and then the bottom right corner or the lower right corner should be E45. Yes, E45, which is here. Okay, so where's E45? I think it's here. So this one is E45. Just a little bit more up to that line. and a bit more here. Okay, so here, I think I'm good, right? Think a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, here, there. So that's letter A there. Okay, think that's it. So let's see here. Just at the bottom of this text, net commissions, and then this is letter E here below April, and this is the row 45. Okay, so go back to the start file. Make sure that you save a copy. Select save, and that's it. I forgot to change the the chart style. So this is the last step. So select inside that clustered column chart, select chart design, and we need to change the chart style to style 5. Select it once, and that's it. You can